My first exposure to the idea of gender was when my father got sick. So we were in Nigeria. My father got sick. You know, all the traditional things around, oh, your wife is trying to kill you, da-da-da-da-da-da. I remember the first time people from his village, which, by the way, my father, he was from Benue State, but was born and raised in Kaduna. So I grew up knowing Kaduna as home. Mm-hmm. But all these people came from his quote-unquote village to attack my mom and to say all kinds of things. And I remember my aunt saying, I wish you were a boy, because if you were a boy, you would, as the first child, you would have had a say in this. And that was like, what? Yeah. And that was when I began to study women's rights and just seeing what happened, after he passed. So they had built this church together. And in my mind, my mom was going to take over running the church because they had built this from scratch. I had seen them saving money for the drums when we were in the U.S. They were both studying in the U.S. theology, etc. I had seen them build this thing from scratch. And seeing the fact that my mom, there was this conversation around why would a woman be a pastor? And it comes back to what you were saying around when people talk about equality and feminism, what they're most scared of is the loss of privilege. Yeah. Because the privilege is that as a man, you automatically have the leadership position. Mm-hmm. People are comfortable with a woman being the pastor's wife, being the first lady, but not having that leadership position. And so that led for me it just unearthed a whole path of study. And I began to study the Bible and to study theology and to understand what does the Bible really say about women.